Good morning and a very, very happy Tuesday to each one of you. Wishing today to be another day of learning and a lot of take backs. And let's keep growing in life on this beautiful Wednesday and during this midweek. So let's start our program with the Fixed Programming and let's pick up our energy levels. Right leg in the front. Preeti, if your feet don't move. Yes. We're the winners. Yes. Preeti, your legs are moving. You're supposed to be sedentary. Only the waist down and only the arms moving, pixie programming. Okay, come on. Yes, they're all winners. May we keep continuing to win in our life. May we keep getting all our goals fulfilled. Yitesh sir, let's have the first book of the day by Luke Cotino. And may I have a reader, please? No readers. Why are people reluctant to read? Pratimaji, would you want to read? Perfect. Thank you so much. I've asked, yeah. Thank you so much. Lovely. We'll start with today's chapter. Yesterday we talked about going raw until lunch, and today we'll talk about this most beautiful vitamin O, which is oxygen, how it is important in life. So let's read about it.
Oxygen, vitamin O. With the rapid pace at which the world is moving, complicated and expensive solutions seem to be on the rise, and yet more people are sicker and unhealthier. More healthy people are also struggling to knock off those last few extra kilos of midriff fat. What you may need is simple, inexpensive, and free, and yet taken for granted and underutilized oxygen, or as I like to call it, vitamin O. We just don't breathe enough. Stop right now and observe how you breathe. Are you breathing to your full capacity? Are you breathing from your chest or belly? Your answer will most likely be no, and you will notice that you are breathing from the chest. The correct way to breathe to belly breathe. Sit with your back erect. Put your hand on your belly. Now take a deep breath. As you slowly inhale, your belly and hand should rise. As you exhale, your belly and hand should fall back down. Think of your stomach as a balloon that inflates and deflates with your breath. The more you eat, the deeper you should breathe. When you take in enough vitamin O, fat is broken down and your intestines absorb all the nutrition from the food you eat. When you breathe correctly while you eat, your body fills up much quicker and you end up eating less than you normally would. So practice this. Before you eat anything, sit with your back erect. It's also a great time to offer thanks and gratitude for the meal you're about to eat and bless your food. Take 3 deep breaths from your belly. Inhale comfortably and make sure you exhale slow and long each time. Between every bite, take 1 deep breath. End your meal with 3 deep breaths. The more
So,
stressed you get,
yeah, one second. So now what's happening? We are all breathing from here. Our breath's coming here and it goes back here. That's another reason why we're unable to lose weight because our breathing is not correct. So all of us know the right way of breathing in the 37 days we've done the breathing in our meditation. So we know we're supposed to start from a nostril, take it deep down, fill your stomach, the stomach expands, hold it there, and then release it. So now, if you're realizing maybe even when you're breathing normally, you're breathing the right posture. Firstly, initially, what was happening is when people were breathing in, the stomach was getting deflated. Was that happening? Please use the chat box and let me know initially. When we began, people did not know that breathing was going the reverse action. I will on my camera in 10 minutes. That's okay, Gitika. So yeah. So and now we are breathing the right fashion, whereby when we take a breath in, our stomach expanding. So firstly, we weren't aware that we were doing reverse breathing, which is again not taking the right nutrients, not being able to absorb them, not being able to the fat to break down. But in this month plus, at least we're conditioned to good breathing. So even if you observe your breath sometime in the day, you will realize that you're on the right track of breathing automatically. Just your morning conscious breathing has put your cycle in a fashion that you're breathing correct. Now, even if if you consciously take these 3 deep breaths before your meals, you will realize, and if you start consciously saying, okay, maybe initially what works is put alarm every half hour. I know it's too much to say, but every half hour, repeat mode alarm. Then the alarm automatically means you have to breathe. So you will be conscious to take 3 deep breaths, which is actually how we should be all breathing. That will help if we do that for a week. Believe you me, all of us will be breathing correctly, as in we'll be breathing deep. And when we do that, automatically we are tuned for the calories to burn, food to come in our body much lesser. And if we do this before meals minimum, you will be having lesser food because spiritually, cellular energy and spiritual energy will come your way, and your cellular will give you the feeling of fullness much faster. So please try this. It really works well. So for people who are having like I would say a half and a 1.5 falka will probably come down to 1 falka because you don't want to eat. Also, initially, try and serve food little lesser on your plates because some people like I know about myself. I've been conditioned to not waste food on the plate. So my nani Mawji always tell me, come paroso, like serve less on your plate so that you can repeat serve yourself, but you won't waste any anaj on your plate because we have been praying Annadata Devo Bhava for like as long as we live. So that's the reason. Don't waste food on your plate. But in case you have served and you're unable to eat, take a full stop. Don't make your body as a garbage box. You're just piling in, especially mothers with young children. बच्चों ने खाना finish नहीं किया, they don't finish their meals, you take the last 1 or 2 or 3 bites, even though it's not your food time. Does that happen? Have you seen people finishing off their children's meals last minute?
yeah.
We are not dustbins. Even fathers have seen some of them doing that. So please realize, let's value our life, let's value our bodies, let's value our breath system, let's value our stomach and tummies and gut. And that's when get conscious about your breath. So you must start your meal with three deep breaths and end your meal with three deep breaths. This way, you're in alignment. It'll be nice if you can end your meal with three deep breaths and thank you, and start with thank you. So imagine the power you're giving to your body and to your food. You're saying thank you at the beginning for whoever served you the food, and thank you at the end to your body for digesting the food in a beautiful fashion. Automatically your body will become so powerful, and weight is just a thing in the mind. It automatically goes on a big deal. Weight is never a big deal. We have made it out to be a big deal. Weight is the easiest to lose and balance. So let's remember, and this will also lead to one more thing. If you have any tension before your meal, anything, you're going to wash the tension away with your three deep breaths. So you can be conscious that, I breathe out all stress. Then your body is pure and natural to take food, whatever you're eating. So no matter the food content, you will be very grateful. Let's read further, Pratamaji.
The more stressed you get, the more deeply you should breathe to counter the rise in cortisol and blood pressure. Even the inflammation and pain that may be caused due to a rise in these soothe when oxygen hits the cells. It's also what helps your hair grow strong, your skin glow. Breathing correctly is essential while exercising too. You can complete a well planned workout in 30 minutes and keep your cortisol levels in check when you don't have 45 minutes or an hour to spare. Breathe deeply, particularly when you're doing yoga, by aligning and coordinating your breath with your movement. So make sure you begin and end the day with deep breathing or pranayama.
Today we have a lot of takeaways from this chapter. Firstly, we are getting conscious of our deep breathing. If nothing else, at least from the beginning of the meal and the ending of the meal. So if you're having three meals, you're definitely doing three sets of deep breathing, starting and ending. Then Luke says, start your day with deep breathing and end your day with deep breathing. So please remember, people who don't know what pranayama is, there's no harm in Googling, finding it on Google. You'll find maybe Luke Cotino's video, maybe many more. Just find and just do it. It will bring a huge change in your life. And I can just tell you one thing, you will be living, I can't tell you. I mean, I probably have no words. The quality of life will improve day on day. You will find a dramatic shift in your energy levels, in the way your body is behaving. It'll be self corrective, auto corrective. And that's the magic of this particular exercise of vitamin O. Very, very important. Tomorrow we shall read about vitamin D. And until then, we'll read now with a creative visualization. Thank you so much, Ritesh sir, for showcasing this. Let's move on to creative visualization. And today that we're starting the fourth part. It's the page number 121. So yes, another magical cue coming our way. Let's see what are we going to learn today. So this is a very important part. We've graduated from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. Today is level 4. And today we'll talk about special techniques which were used in order for us to manifest, in order for us to live the life of our dreams, and for having a very creative visualization technique which is happening. So yes, so this is a fourth part. The page number is 121 with a beautiful lotus in the center. And let's read about this technique by flipping the page. So, if you would like to learn the secret of right relationships, look only for the divine in people and things and leave all the rest to God, says J. Allen Boone. Kinship with All Life is a part of his book. This is an extract from there. So, that's what is happening. We've read multiple times that relationships and people are our reflections. Whatever we're seeing in them is part of who we are. So imagine if we start seeing only the divine in people and only the right things in people, automatically all the nonsense is wiped off, which means you're not wiping out nonsense out of your life as well, because you're only seeing the good in them. So obviously, what will remain in you is only the good. The bad, whatever it is, if there is, it'll just vanish. And that's the power of this. Now, what do we do? Today, we'll understand the science behind a creative visualization notebook. Let's read about this, Pratimaji.
A creative visualization notebook. It's a very good idea to start a notebook that can serve as your creative visualization workbook. In this part of the book, I give you a number of written exercises and processes that you might want to do and keep in your notebook. You may wish to write down affirmations that you hear or think of so that you can refer to them when you need them. There are many other creative ways to use your notebook, such as recording your dreams, goals, and fantasies, keeping a journal of your progress with creative visualization, writing down inspiring thoughts and ideas, or quotes from books and songs that are meaningful to you, drawing pictures, or writing your own poems and songs that express your expanding awareness. I have a notebook in which I regularly work on my goals, affirmations, ideal scenes, and treasure maps, and I have found it a very valuable tool in the transformation of my life. Here are a few suggestions for starting your notebook. Should I continue?
Yes, please.
Affirmations. Write down your favorite affirmations. You can list them all on one page, or you might want to make a separate page for each with decorative borders and designs so that each time you read through it, you have a beautiful experience as you pause and meditate on each one.
So this is for people who have accomplished their journey, who are inching close to their dreams. What are we doing? So these treasure maps, which Shakti Gavan is talking to us about, will happen in a later scene. We'll realize who they are, what they are, how are they meant to be. So this book is something similar to the book that you already have. The book is named Dream, uh, and Dreams and Affirmations, right? You all have that journal, right? So this is that creative visualization notebook that she's talking about. Now, what happens in this? You have a couple of written exercises. So we are journaling, right? So we now she's intertwined all the books into one. But in my long study of 12 years, I've realized that when you're working on yourself, the content is so high that it's nice to divide them into three parts. Blessings you count one, so that when I want to look at my reflections and takeaways, whatever I've learned, it's just one book. It's not like blessings are coming, reflections are coming, and then my journaling is coming. So we divide them into three parts. Yes, it for some of you, you may feel like we're back to colleges and schools. Yes, it is, but it's fun, isn't it? Because we are actually learning to reinvent our life. We have been taught curriculum in school, but has anyone taught us that there are such beautiful books available? There's a science of living life simply, yet powerfully and beautifully. So now we are writing the science of our life, of our whatever we want to create. So it's so simple. Whatever we imagine, whatever we want, we can actually achieve it. It's nothing short of magic. But the best is magic exists, and we were told as we were growing up that Santa Claus is just about dreams, and things are just so not magical. We were just told to grow up into a world of logic, but no, logic and magic doesn't exist. I understand and have logic, but that's the reason why these journals are in your life. So what are we going to do? As we graduate after this one-to-one days, these same journals, you can always buy another set if you want later. You can always buy your new diaries if you want. They will always be available in stock because I'm sure this journey of mine will continue. So even when you graduate, you can remember that your dream journal is one that you're writing your affirmations, you've written them down. So say for example, you've written 1 to 21, 20 good down affirmations you want to read. Decorate them, dress them up how you want. All you have to do every day is just read them through and write if you really wish to write something. And in the same book, you will have your treasure maps, you will have your, maybe your collages, maybe the pictures that you want to create. We will talk about this later. And in the same book, you can also have some beautiful memories that make you smile. Maybe a picture with your grandmother, maybe a picture with your pup, maybe a picture with, a beachside, maybe your dream idea, whatever. And then this will become your go-to book for your manifestation. It's going to be a creative visualization notebook, exactly the same that you're doing right now, which is called Dream and Affirmations. So let's read further.
Outflow list. Make a list of all the ways that you can outflow your energy to the world and to others around you, both generally and specifically. Include ways that you outflow money, time, love and affection, appreciation, physical energy, friendship, touching, and your special talents and abilities. Add to this list anytime you think of new things.
So this is similar to the dream list that we create, right? So in your dream list, we have couple of paths, right? Now that will keep coming in this entire points. So outflow is talking about wherever you are inclined towards. You write that out, and you just write that, and so that they come to fruition. Then next step, success list.
Success list. Make a list of everything you feel you are a success at, or have been a success at, or have done successfully at some time in your life. Include things in Include things in all areas of your life, not just your work. Write down everything that has meaning for you, even if it might not be meaningful to someone else. Keep adding to it as you think of more things or accomplish new successes. The purpose of this list is to acknowledge yourself and your abilities, which gives you added energy for accomplishing more.
So we should be doing this in Ikigai. So right now, our success list is only detrimental as to what we think is successful for us. But we really haven't done the self-analysis. We really haven't gone back into who we are, what is our energy, and what more can we accomplish in new life. When we do that in Ikigai, you'd automatically get this own list. So, okay, about the outflow concept, let me read it again, Kavita. Make a list of all the ways that you can outflow your energy to the world and to others around you, which means all of us are like a powerhouse of energy, right? Because we are only made of energy. The cosmos is also energy. So when you have this energy, and sometimes it overflows, your energy levels. Have you realized sometimes that, today is a day that you can do anything and everything in the world because you're so energetic, which means we always have an abundance of energy. At times it outflows, at times it's very much stagnant in your body. When it's stagnant, you're just doing everything that you're doing in your to-do list and nothing more. So now what do? You have to specifically include ways that you outflow money, time, love, appreciation, affection, physical energy, friendship. So, what do you do? Outflow as in, for example, today I know that I'm spending money. Like it's a belief with me that the more I spend, the more I get. Or I have time for everything in the world. Like yesterday, my Nani Ma was saying something. Tumko time mil jata hai? And I was like, Mama, I always have time for everything I want. So, and love, it was very funny yesterday. A little bug, just we were out in our garden, and a little bug came and, fell on my lap, and it was struggling. It had been hit very badly. So I tended to it for like about an hour, gave it honey and water. I asked another cousin who looks into bugs, and they were like, you have love for even smallest of little things and affection for. I was like, it's a life, it's a precious life. And my girls were laughing, and my sister was laughing, and I was like, so, but I didn't care a damn, right? So if I have outflow of energy, love, affection, creative ideas, or anything that I wish to work towards, we write that down in this list. This concept will become more clearer as you're going progressing in your journey. But these books are not, for Kavita, firstly, these books aren't one-time books. I'm introducing these concepts to you. We're studying them in detail. But as you become a master of your life in these one-to-one days, you will come back to these books. That's the reason I said, if possible, keep a soft copy with you on your iPads or your laptops or your mobile phones. But I always prefer having a physical copy, even though we have the screen in front of us. I don't know why. I have no notes in them, but I just like to keep these books with me because I keep reading them again and again. And at times I highlight them with the marker pen. Like you'll find a lot of my books with pink highlighter, yellow highlighters, because whatever I love, I read that back. So you will be coming back to these lists. So I hope the concept is a little clearer. If not, it will become clearer gradually as you study. Okay, Pratimaji, let's move on to the appreciation list.
Fourth one is appreciation list. Make a list of everything you think of that you are specially thankful for or that you specially appreciate having in your life. Making and adding to this list can really open up your heart and your awareness of many riches we all have in our lives that we often take for granted. It increases your realization of prosperity and abundance on every level. and thus your ability to manifest.
I hope it's very clear. The point number 4 is your gratitude journal, where you write counting your blessings every single morning. So this is what it is. Once we write a gratitude, we appreciate the smallest of little things in our life. We are expanding our heart and we're attracting so much more riches in our life. And that makes our ability to manifest much more because manifestations, grassroots level, the foundation of manifestation is gratitude. Okay, now number 5, self-esteem.
Self-esteem list. Make a list of all things you like about yourself, all your positive qualities. This is not an ego trip. The better you feel about yourself and the more acknowledge you your own wonderful qualities, the happier and more loving you will be. The more creative, the more your creative energy will flow, and greater the contribution you will make to the world.
So self-esteem list is something we've worked on ourselves in the mirror work. We've talked about, so maybe if you would like to do it, this will again keep coming in the future. But if there are some qualities about you, you can probably write them down, writing the caption self-esteem list. Now, where do you do this? I would say ideally you have 3 books. One is for gratitude, one is for takeaways, and one is for your dreams. So probably write in a dream book because that's something you're expanding. You're going to be on a ever expansion. So, right now in this course, people may like a lot of you women and men have told me we don't know our purpose, we don't know what we're good at. So okay, right now you don't know, gradually you will have, if you have 3 points you'll come up with 5, you'll come up with 6, and the more you grow, you will grow as a person and you will realize we have so much of creative energy in us. People, I've worked with a couple of people, after this you will probably have a new business, you will probably become an entrepreneur because you will realize, oh, I can do this, okay, let me try this. Automatically, once you're in agreement with the universe and you're saying let the creative energy flow and there's so much inside me, you would be able to contribute so much more to yourself and the world around you by newer ideas and by your good feeling zone and for whatever you like. Now, what is self appreciation list? Let's read about that.
Self appreciation list. Write down all the ways you can think of to be good to yourself, nice things that you can do for yourself, simple indulgences that are just for your own pleasure and satisfaction. They can be small or large, but make some of them things you can easily do every day and do and then do them. This increases your sense of well-being and satisfaction in life, which in turn helps you to come from a clearer space in creating your life.
So, in this, for example, if you remember, when we started the course, I showed you my journal, my scheduler. In that, if you saw, I had taken out time for things that I like about myself, like spending time with my friends. There were days defined when I could meet my friends for lunch, meet my family for lunch, you know, read a special book which I haven't read in my reading corner, or that I want to go for a massage or like a spa things, or maybe like a nature walk. They were planned stuff in that, or my time. Now, my time could be whether I want to play Scrabble or whether I want to play Tambola with my friends or with my family or whatever. It could also be maybe binging, sometimes maybe watching television. So, me time is very important. Self appreciation time is very, very important. So that, you tell yourself at the end of a day, today I did do something for myself as well. Because we are, even yesterday, if you remember, I sent a picture of the woman in the mirror who's hugging herself. You don't know what you've done in your life for others, but now it's time to make yourself feel special. So it's very important to firstly write your qualities, secondly, appreciate yourself and give yourself that much time. It's very, very, very important. Let's flip the page. Yeah.
7. Healing and assistance list. Write down the names of any people you know who need healing or special support and assistance of any sort. Write down special affirmations for them. Every time you look through your notebook, you will be giving them a special boost of your energy.
This I've been doing for a couple of years now. So on an everyday level, there's something like, if I just connect with somebody, I just feel that, okay, they're going through a challenging time in their life. All I have to do is either write. So I just write the person's name and sometimes what he or she is going through and how I'm just sending my healing energy. So there's some of you in this group, who are persistently asking me for like, time on the phone, or, I have a doubt of this. I want a clarification. There's a reason why I'm not talking to you. Why? Because I do not wish for you to become dependent upon me. The idea of me with you all as a co-seeker is I'm not a teacher here. I'm just sharing the knowledge bank of all these fabulous coaches, life skill authors with you. And I want you to realize that you have the power, that you can do, heal your body and find out things about yourself. We are studying together. Yes. I know it all. Yes. These practices I know. I'm not saying I know it all everywhere, but just what I've done. The idea is that you read them again, you realize how beautiful they are, and gradually learn. Today, I had a very beautiful answer from, another co-seeker, Poonam. She says, I was about to ask you something, and you said it. I don't know what I said. I have no clue. But this book comes in a fashion where our studies give us answers. And in this same time, when I'm talking about healing, I write the person's name and I just say, send healing for this or energize a person for this. And it's so amazing. I don't even know you all in a way, but I know you. Our soul knows each other. How you write back and say, I'm fine, or this thing worked in my life. I've seen that with seven, no, eight of you. You've shared your problems. I've just merely healed, just merely sent wishes and affirmations. And you all have it's come true. So this is the power of healing, and make an assistance list because, like I'm a Buddhist follower, I'm a pranic follower. What are these? They're all places where you can just unconditionally heal people. We don't even know people half the planet away, and they say, the person's going through this in life, and there's a group mass healing. So please remember, we don't have to become a healer. We are already we are born genetically as healers. So when our body, the cellular energy rise at, right? There's healing energy. If today I cut myself, I don't put any tape or anything on top of it. Tomorrow it's practically healed when I wake up. If it's a light cut, why? Our body has healing energy. And the same energy, if you're directing towards outside, firstly, it multiplies. So don't think that, oh, my energy I'm giving to somebody else. How would my body be able to heal itself? No, it'll work more because you don't know what kind of healing energy you're getting when you're given. So when you're a giver, you become a bigger receiver. So remember, always heal people. Now, healing people could even begin by me keeping my head, like yesterday, my daughter, my older one, she's like, Mom, I have a headache. All I had did is put my hand here and imagine the pain coming in my arm and flicked it away. Of course, thrice when I did it, it came on my bicep, so I felt my bicep has got pain. So I went back home, I did a salt water wash. So in pranic healing, we get this. So we get this, can. It's a salt water. It's already a made thing. It's in with any pranic healer, I think you'll get it. So I just keep like a small one and a large one. I just spray myself alternatively. Take a water thing, make a little rock salt, add it in this or whatever you wish, and just spray yourself with the bad energy kind of fades away. So when I heal people, I do this for myself so that my energy is intact and all that I've taken away. Because sometimes unknowingly I tend to take something of theirs. So I just spray myself and then I'm clear. So Muskan didn't have the pain, my arm didn't have the pain, and she was healed. It's so simple. Sometimes I tell my husband, when I have something, Prashant, just heal me. I just put his energy and I just say, I'm getting healed, and it actually works. So we all are healers, whether we realize or we don't. And the more you give, the more you get. Yes, Rajni, you're right, absolutely right. Let's read about fantasy and creative ideas.
Fantasies and creative ideas. Jot down any ideas, plans, or dreams for the future, or any creative ideas that come to you, even if they seem far fetched or you're sure you'll never follow through on them. This will help to loosen you up and stimulate your imagination and your natural creative ability.
So when we say think big, dream big, this is what it is. They might be a fantasy right now, Okay, I can just tell you all that, okay, I will be a prime minister of India one day. Hello, what are you talking? Like, you have no background of politics, nothing. What are you talking? Okay, it's a fantasy. Fine, let me be. So, one can think, or I want to be a scientist. Okay, you haven't studied. How can you be a scientist? You never know what you invent tomorrow. Does scientists have to be somebody who studied science and then done, understood science and then created something? So, go berserk, have big ideas, and you just, okay, now I have a dream in corruption-free India. Okay, is that possible? People will say, "Sawa so crore ki abadi hai. What are you talking?" But yeah, okay, that's my fantasy. And what if it comes true? What if I work on it? So you never know what's going to happen. So stimulate your imagination, make your natural creative ability grow more and more. Have super idiotic ideas. Ratan Tata says something. If people don't laugh at your dreams, they're not big enough. So think big, yeah? Dream big. I can tell you, we are the founder members of this particular program. And I have a feeling this program is going to go for life. I don't know, I have a feeling. So then imagine the founder members, what all they can do in life, because you have the first hand power of witnessing something which is so not heard of. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do the last paragraph for this particular chapter, Ratima ji.
You may find it difficult to take time out of your busy schedule to work in your notebook. Yes, if you take a few minutes a day or an hour or two every week or so, you will find that so much work is accomplished on the inner plane. It is often worth 100 times the amount of time and energy you would have spent on the outer plane.
So yes, you don't have to spend a lot of time. At the moment, we are people we are people under construction. So I said, yeah, we spend about a half an hour, 45 minutes a day, and we are doing that between the time when we are able to see the group assignments coming in. So yeah, assignments are
You're
coming
not
well in
heard.
time, and we are able to see the group's assignments, which is fantastic. So Preeti Kawari, you don't have to do a lot of this in separate books. We've already given you three books, so just divide them into the three parts. Most of them is dream affirmations in this. So please, affirmations are a different book. Dreams and affirmations are together. Count your blessings in a different book. Takeaways are in different book. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. Whatever you want to add to whichever, please go ahead. It's your book, your journal, your life. You're creating it. Let's talk about clearing. What is clearing? Let's read and understand the science.
Clearing. In learning to use creative visualization, you may get in touch with blocks in yourself that hold you back from attaining your highest good. A block is a place where energy is constricted, not moving, not flowing. Usually, blocks are caused initially by repressed emotions of fear, sadness, guilt, self criticism, and or resentment, anger, which cause a person to tighten up and close down spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. In dealing with a block on any level, what's needed is to get energy flowing, moving, and flowing in that area. The keys to this are
Before we read the keys, let me tell you all, we have blocks in our body. So, people who have weight issues, we have blocked ourselves by criticizing us. Okay, I'm going to go on this new diet. I don't know, will it survive? You're procrastinating, you're doubting your ability. You're like, or will I bounce back? And when you say, will I bounce back? Yes, you will bounce back because you're ridiculing yourself and you have a block. And this block will lead you to a mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, every kind of block. So that's the time you have to clear your negative blocks. How do you do this? First part is, please read.
1. Mental and emotional acceptance of what you're feeling. On a physical level, this manifests as relaxation and release. 2. Clear observation, which leads to an understanding of the root of the problem, which is often a limited attitude or belief.
So, how do we get this block to clear? How do we get this energy to flow and for us to become, for grow and move, get going? Firstly, we've done this in mirror work, but yes, I'm again repeating, we accept ourselves the way we are, mentally and emotionally. that yes, we are going through this emotion. Let's accept, let's not fight it. So when you fight it, it will fight back. So remember, that's the human tendency. Even with the person, if I'm arguing with Pratima ji, she will say something in defense. I will say something in defense. But if Pratima ji is telling me something, if I just quiet down and sit like a Buddha, she'll be like, okay, what's the point? I'm blabbering, I'm wasting my energy, she's not even responding. So she'll stop fighting. Similarly with the emotions. If in front is Prachi and here I am, the emotions, and she's saying, okay, yeah, you feel that you will not be able to fight this weight or something, but I'm not responding. Like that's my thoughts talking to me, my inner talk happening to me, and here I'm not responding. I will do it. I will do it. I'm thin. I'm walking. I'm loving, and then that self-talk will stop because here I'm seeing very positive affirmations to my inner talk, right? I'm not fighting it by saying no. This time I will prove you wrong, Prachi. I will do it. This time I will lose weight. But the inner talk is no, babes, you can't lose. Then you'll do a self-talk, between your mind and yourself. But if your mind is talking to you and you're just talking in the affirmation, you're shutting your mind by telling it, I accept, but now I'm moving on. Now, for this, there's a part two, which we've already done again in the mirror work. We've realized that every issue, even in You Can Heal Your Life, even Louis Hay, we are working on it. So we've, I requested a lot of you to buy that book, Heal Your Body. So if you realize any disease is happening because of a root problem, and that root problem becomes your limiting belief or your attitude in life. So you have to clearly observe where you're leading, what's your problem, what's the reason behind it, work on your affirmations, work on yourself, and get it through. Okay, let's read further.
In dealing with an area of consciousness where we have a block, we need to first experience as fully as possible the emotion we have blocked up in that area in a loving, accepting way. In doing so, we get the blocked up energy moving and we have a chance to observe the underlying negative beliefs or attitudes that cause the problem to begin with. We can take a good, clear look at them and let them dissolve themselves. Amazingly enough, it seems to be the process of pinpointing the constructive belief and accepting the feelings you have around it that works magic. The difficulty almost inevitably dissolves and eventually disappears once you've understood and accepted yourself. The
This is
trick,
what we just talked about, that when we accept ourselves, when we don't self talk, then magic starts. Because then nothing is difficult. You're very clear what you want to do. You're very clear with your affirmations. And or if the self talk, you just make your affirmations, and the negativity soon starts, because that pent up energy, that blockages which we've had with the self talk criticism, once you start ignoring it, it starts dying. It starts dying. So if you ignore a flower, a blooming flower or plant, if you stop putting water, it will start dying. Similar are your emotions and your mental being. If you ignore the negative, which is a criticism, if you ignore that, somebody saying this person has done this to you, how can you forgive him? But if you say, I'm okay, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. So that person may have done something really bad to me, but I am moving on. And then it will actually happen. Let's read about this. What is the trick?
the trick is to simultaneously love and accept yourself compassionately for this belief and at the same time see clearly that you are ready to let go of it because it is limiting, destructive, self defeating, and untrue. Some common core beliefs that are most prevalent and troublesome are: I'm not okay. There's something wrong with me. I'm unworthy and undeserving.
How many times have people told themselves, it's not okay. There's something wrong with me. Why am I not changing? Why am I in the same pattern? We are all telling ourselves this, do I deserve it? We're doubting ourselves. And that's when the pattern becomes more predominant because you're fighting it. Okay, you giving water to the plant. All right, let's read done more. Yeah.
I've done bad things or a bad thing in my life and I deserve to suffer, be punished for it. People, including me, are basically bad, selfish, cruel, stupid, unworthy, sinful, or foolish. The world is an unsafe place. Life is painful, suffering, hard work. It's not meant to be fun or pleasurable. Love is dangerous. I might get hurt. Power is dangerous. I might hurt someone. Money is the root of all evil. Money corrupts. The world doesn't work and never will. In fact, it is getting worse all the time. I don't have control over whatever happens to me. I'm powerless to do anything about my life or the state of the world. There's not enough love, money, good things to go around, so I have to struggle to get my share. Or it's hopeless. I'll never get enough. Or if I have a lot, someone else will have to do without. Should
So
I continue?
these are the negative self-critical talks that we've done, or they are limiting beliefs. So if we have them, we have to wipe them out by firstly accepting them, and in retrospect, in the reply, have positive affirmations. Now, when we read these, negative images are coming in, but when we make our affirmations, only positive stuff will be coming in. For example, I'll pick up the first on the page number 129. I've done bad things, or I've done a real bad thing in my life, and I deserve to suffer and be punished for it. This is something that I've done, and I strongly believe. So, what do I say to myself? It's okay. Whatever's happened is in the past, but right now I'm on my path doing good things, and I deserve to have a great life ahead. So, this is what I accept, and I move on. So, what we have to do is simply accept whatever's happened and ask for forgiveness. No, the universal forgiveness. Today, I don't want to. I've done something wrong to Payal, but I can't tell Payal, I'm sorry, because this world called ego is there in my mind. But what do I tell her? I don't tell her anything. I'll tell the universe. Really sorry for having done bad things to Payal. I apologize. May she be okay if I've said some bad things for her. May they not happen. May she live a very beautiful life. And I let go and I ask for forgiveness and I am forgiven. Please remember, the Almighty there doesn't want to punish you. You want to punish yourself. He's got a trillion jobs to do. So he's not looking at Payal's, on Prachi's statement of account. She's bad, she's done good, she's done bad. Yes, it will happen later when I finish my life. But right now, if I've asked for forgiveness, I've counterbalanced my bad act. Because I'm saying that, okay, I've done this, but I accept it and I ask for forgiveness and let Payal prosper in her life. So I'm blessing her now. So automatically I'm countering off. So please remember, accept and have an affirmation for yourself. Let's read further.
As you read through these negative ideas, see whether any of them reflect an underlying assumption of your own belief system or emotional pattern. Depressing though they may seem, what when you read through all them all at once, the fact is that every one of us has bought into some of these or other negative viewpoints about reality, at least to some degree. And it's no wonder that we have incorporated these ideas into our sense of reality. They are all extremely prevalent in our world at this time in our evolution. In fact, the world is currently being run according to these ideas, although fortunately this is changing. The important thing to realize is that they are only beliefs. They have no objective truth. Although they may seem to be true at times when we look around us, that is only because so many beings believe them and act accordingly. The most powerful thing you can do, and it is very powerful, to change the world is to change your own beliefs about the nature of life, people, and reality, and begin to act accordingly. This
Remember, I sent you yesterday a beautiful YouTube video, The Power is Within Us, 101 Power Thoughts by Louis Hay. Now, if you listen to those, and if you try intentionally to change your own beliefs about the people, about your life, about how you're treated, and what is a real picture, you begin to act accordingly. So please stop having limiting beliefs, have enhancing beliefs, think progressively for yourself and people around you, and only the best shall come your way because that's how life is. It's the most powerful thing. It's the ultimate mantra given to us by Shakti Given and Louis Hay, and let's just adhere it. Once we have the new belief system, life will become magical. As my coach says, झंडे गड़ जाएंगे, rocket lag jayenge. Because you're just enhancing the quality of your life and taking it to the next level. So really, really, really go ahead and do it. All right.
This book will give you some tools to do so. Clearing exercises. If you're having trouble realizing a goal or sense resistance in yourself to its achievement, try this exercise. 1. Take a piece of paper and write at the top, "The reason I can't believe what I want is," then immediately begin to write a list of any thought that comes into your head to complete the sentence. Don't take too much time to write your answers and don't take it too seriously. Just quickly write down about 20 or 30 things that come to you, even if they seem silly or stupid. A sample list start like this. The
One
reason
second, Pratima ji.
yeah,
Alifia, Rupal, why are your cameras off? Monish, Sushma ji, Neelam, Deepika, Arushi. Why are the cameras off? Either you're just listening passively and not being part of live transformation. We can't take it so. Thank you for switching on. It doesn't take much time, but when I just look through the screen, I need to have a view with you because I'm exchanging energy with you. Please remember at all times, I'm exchanging energy. I need to see your energy. So I really request you once again, let's not stop the flow of the class. Okay, Dipali, fine, that's okay. You have a reason, but everyone else, just please switch on. Please continue. The reason I can't have.
the reason I can't have what I want is I'm too lazy. I don't have enough money. It doesn't exist. I've tried before and it never worked. Mother said I couldn't. I don't want to. It's too hard. I'm afraid to. John wouldn't like it, and so on.
So today we have a one task for Shakti Given. We write the reasons why I can't have what I want, and we flow with it. We just write our answer immediately, not thinking too much, just writing whatever first comes to our mind. Second,
Try the same exercise, only this time specifically name the thing that you want. For example, the reason I can't have a good job is, and proceed further as before. Now just sit quietly for a few minutes with your list and see whether any of the thoughts you've written down ring true for you, whether in some way or degree you believe in them. Just get a sense of what kind of limitations, change the page.
it's changed already.
Yeah, limitations you put on yourself and your world. 3. Now write a list of all the most negative attitudes you can think of yourself, other people, relationships, the world, life. Again, sit quietly with your list and get in touch with these ideas may conspicuously or unconspicuously hold emotional power over you.
Consciously. So now we have to get conscious and we have to write these lists down. We have to reflect on ourselves and we have to do our homework, inner reflections, because it's very, very important that we reflect within us. Now let's eat further.
If at any point during any of these exercises you feel any emotions coming up, just stay with that and allow yourself to experience it as much as possible with total acceptance. You may get a flash of an early experience or something your parents or teachers used to tell you which programmed your view of the world in a certain way. 4. When Whenever you feel complete with this process, especially if you've gotten in touch with one or more negative beliefs that you hold, simply tear up your lists and throw them away. This symbolizes that you are in the process of releasing them. Then sit
So
quietly.
this is very important. You want to take them off your journal, do that. You want to write on a scribbling pad, do that. But wherever you're limiting yourself, whatever negative versions you have for yourself, you have to let go. You have to, by surrendering, you have to just destroy them, tear them into little pieces and trash them out. So it's very important to tell yourself that nothing can limit me. I am on a go. What life is with me, whatever I want, I can create. And what can stop me? I'm unstoppable. So then that's when you're just going to tear this off and say, I'm unstoppable. Let's move further.
Then sit quietly, relax, and do some affirmations to replace your constricted, limiting beliefs with more opening, constructive, positive ones. A few possible clearing affirmations. I am now releasing my past. I am now dissolving all negative limiting beliefs. I now forgive and release everyone in my life. I don't have to try to please others. I'm naturally lovable and likable no matter what I do. I now let go of all accumulated guilt, fears, resentment, disappointments, and grudges. I'm free and clear. All my negative self images and attitudes are now dissolved. I love and appreciate myself. All barriers to my full expression and enjoyment of life are now dissolved. The world is a beautiful place to live, to be. The universe always provides.
Yes, the universe always provides. Whatever we need, we get. The world is a beautiful place to live in. Unfortunately, we've been sidetracked by our limiting beliefs, and I'm not blaming any one of us. Society has been such. They have made barriers, they've made beliefs for us because we none of them knew about these beautiful books, none of them knew about these sciences. But now that we have them in the right time, let's enjoy life. Isn't it more amazing? La- I would say universe. I don't know if I agree with this, Rajni ji. Universe has better plans for us. Maybe yes, but I think we have the best plans for ourselves. And if we surrender, then I'm saying only the best is coming my way. It may get enhanced, but we can't leave everything on the universe and saying, okay, it's his job. Let it do it. We have to think of the idea first. All right, let's clear our exercises a little more by reading more. Yes, please.
More clearing exercises. 1. This exercise is about forgiveness and release. Write down on a piece of paper the names of everyone in your life who you feel have ever mistreated you, harmed you, done you an injustice, or towards whom you feel or have felt resentment, hurt, or anger. Next to each person's name, write down what he or she did to you or what you resent the person for. Then close your eyes, relax, and one by one visualize or imagine each person. Hold a little conversation with each one and explain to him or her that in the past you have felt anger or hurt toward him or her, but now you're going to do your best to forgive the person for everything and to dissolve and release all constricted energy between you. Give the person a blessing and say, I forgive you and release you. Go your own way and be happy. When you have finished this process, write on your paper, I now forgive you and release you all and throw it away as a symbol that you are letting go of these past experiences. Continue.
Yes, please. It's self-explanatory. I don't think we need to elaborate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Many people find that this process of forgiveness and release is miraculous and relieving them immediately of their long standing burdens of accumulated resentment and hostility. The wonderful thing is that the other people involved, even if you never see them again, will on your psychic level pick up your forgiveness and it will help to clear up their lives as well.
This is something we talked about, right? In the first affirmation, that when you've done bad things, you just ask forgiveness. It's a psychic level pickup. So just do it. You'll be feeling better, they'll be feeling better. All right.
It may be that the first time you do this process, you will not have an experience of relief and release with certain people, especially a parent, spouse, or other very significant person in your life. If there is a strong emotional charge or a lot of deep feeling, it may be necessary to talk to the therapist or counselor or find a safe place to fully express your anger and hurt. We mustn't try to force ourselves to forgive before we have really accepted and expressed our other feelings.
And I'm glad a couple of you have shared with me because it's important. And then I showed you the different path because sometimes we get so blocked. We need to hear from somebody, and that somebody has to be a stranger because we don't want to be judged by people that we know. So it's okay to confide once in a while. But for this, as I say, write an email to me so that I know what's going through, and then I can give you a call a priority. And thrice a week, it's very much possible as I go to the factory and I've got 4 hours on my way, 4, 5 hours. So yes, we can schedule a call. So it's good to share so that at least you know that you're in the right path of clearing. Okay, great. Let's move on.
After after we do, forgiveness often comes naturally. Continue to do this process from time to time, and eventually it will be resolved for you. Remember, it is not for your own benefit, health, and happiness that you are doing this.
Remember,
Remember,
it is for your own benefit.
yes, this
Yeah.
it is for your own benefit, health, and happiness that you are doing this. Many people experience miraculous healing of physical problems after doing this process, as many physical ailments such as cancer, arthritis are directly related to accumulated anger and resentment. Two, now write down everyone you can think of in your life who you feel you have hurt or done an injustice to, and write down what you did to these people. Again, close your eyes, relax, and imagine each person in turn. Tell each one what you did and ask the person to forgive you and give you his or her blessings. Then picture the person doing so. When you have finished the process, write at the bottom of your paper or across the whole thing, I forgive myself and absolve myself of all guilt here and now and forever. Then tear up the paper and throw it away.
So people who can't do it mentally, you can do it physically on writing on a paper and clearing yourself. Let's turn the page, or the last page for the day.
One final clearing process. Go through your closets, drawers, basement, garage, or desk, wherever you have accumulated stuff that you don't need, and throw it out or give it away. This rigorous, concrete action on the physical level is symbolic of what you are doing on mental, emotional, and psychic levels, clearing up, clearing out old, useless stuff, getting the energy flow moving, and getting your house in order. It will make you feel great, especially if you do affirmations while doing it, such as the more I outflow, the more space I create for good things to come to me. I love giving and I love receiving. As I clean up and clear out my physical space, I'm cleaning up and clearing out my life in every way. I'm now putting my life in order, preparing to accept all the good that is coming to me now. I give thanks now for all good that I have and all the good things to come.
Thank you for reading so beautifully. I think this chapter, sir, you can change it to hard thoughts. So for everyone, what do we have to do? The final clearing process is about uncluttering our life, our brains, and our things around us. The more clutter you have, you may not even realize it. If you enter in a cluttered space, your mind is cluttered. So, it happens in my room. At times, there's so many books, and my husband's like, your like room is full of books. Unclutter them. Just keep removing whatever is not required. So when, like, I have a library in my basement, I shift my extra stuff there. unclutter your lives, at least the space that you live in. It's very important. Even your almirahs, they may be full of clothes and stuff that you don't need. Keep uncluttering. It's like, uncluttering your brain and your life. So remember, it's very, very important. And whatever she said is something that we're already doing in the magic book and other stuff. So today, it's very beautiful. The chapter says expression. I express my true being. How wonderful. We talked about expression right now. All of us talked about expressing to the person we've defaulted with, or in life, expressing to ourselves. And here it says, I express my true being. How wonderful. This is a new day. Begin anew to claim and create all that is good. So fantastic. There was meant to be a cue for us, and here it is. Pratima ji, please read this chapter. Okay, let me read. I see myself having a consciousness of oneness with the presence and power of God. I see myself ever aware of the power of God within me as a source of everything I desire. I see myself confidently calling upon the presence to supply my every need. I love all expressions of God unconditionally, knowing the truth of all that is. I walk through life with the happy companionship of my God self and joyfully express the goodness I am. My wisdom and understanding of spirits increases, and I express more fully each day the inner beauty and strength of my true being. Divine order is ever present in my experience, and there's plenty of time for all that I choose to do. I express wisdom, understanding, and all love in all my dealings with others, and that my words are divinely guided. So, when you say these affirmations, you're giving so much of power to yourself. I see my consciousness of spiritual abundance expressing as plenty, plenty to use for good in my world. I see myself expressing the creative energy of spirit in my work, writing, and speaking words of truth easily and with the depth of understanding and wisdom. Fun, uplifting ideas flow through my consciousness for joyful expression, and I follow through on ideas. I follow through on the ideas received, bringing them into full manifestation. And so it is. How simple life is. How wonderful life is. All we have to do is believe in oneness, believe in our power, believe in the universal energy, and so it is. Thank you, Ritesh. So let's have the last book for the day, Magic Book. Today we've gone a little beyond. It's 6:39. We'll have lesser time for manifestation. But I believe all of you have read your magic chapter and you're ready for today's journey. So it'll be a faster one. So yesterday we woke up to a magic morning, a magic day, and it was amazing. And today we are writing about the magical people who made a difference. And we've talked about people who made a difference in our working life. And now today is a time to reflect back on the people who've actually made a difference in our life, people who we know. So we've thanked the workers, we've thanked the, people, we've had thank yous for magical invisible manager. Today it's about people. So if you look on the left, there's a album. The album has people. The album has memories. The album has stuff that we've brought to light. So let's read about what this chapter has to say. At times, a very light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each one of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. So there will be, this is said by Albert Schweitzer. He was a Nobel Peace Prize winning person. He was a medical missionary and a philosopher. So obviously, all of us at some time have had someone triggering our life and adding some value to our life. When we were on a closed chapter, they've come like a gush of fresh air with their guidance or with their some words of comfort or telling you that, I have your back, we've done it. So it's very important today to thank those people. Let's turn the page. So now what do we do? This person could be anybody. It could be a teacher, it could be a coach, it could be relative, it could be anyone you know. It could also be somebody who you'd met, somebody who you just has met for some time, like maybe a doctor, maybe a nurse, maybe anyone in your factory, offices, working space, anywhere. So what do we do? They have performed a random act of kindness, and that's touched your core. So now you've thanked them for that gesture. So obviously here she's giving her life examples of what happened with her. So you can read this through and understand how people have impacted your life. Let's turn the page. So now, if you're not in a position to talk out loud to that person, the person may have gone. It's okay to just write down. It's okay to close your eyes and have a conversation with the person. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to write out to them like a thank you journal, a gratitude note, do that. So when you complete this practice, you will feel a huge difference in your life, the way you think, because you will be like, wow, I've had so many people help me. Thank them. So the evidence of gratitude's power working is always that first and foremost, it makes you happy. So how do you know the gratitude power is working? You're happy. The second evidence of gratitude's power is that you attract wonderful things. And as if all this wasn't enough, the happiness you feel after practicing gratitude also attracts more wonderful things, which make you even more happier. And that's the magic of life, and that's the magical power of gratitude. So here we are on page number 121 again. Not bad, two 121s today. So, all right, the magic practice 12. And it says, first we count our blessings in the morning. We read the list of 10 blessings. We say thank you at the end thrice of each blessing. And we've done that, hopefully. Then today we find a quiet place. So today you have a lot of work to do. Today you have to, and somehow interlinked also. You know, if you look at Shakti Gawain's work and you look at Rhonda Byrne's work, they're kind of interlinked. So you find a quiet place and you make a list of three, only three people who made a difference in your life. Think of whoever those three are and go one by one. Work through the list one person at a time. And while talking out loud, tell each person the reason why you're grateful for them and exactly how they have affected the course of your life. Lastly, either the magic rock or the lotus of gratitude, whatever works for you. So thank you everyone for being here this morning. And Pratima ji, as always, your reflections on the group are amazing. I've spoken to you and it's always been amazing. Today you lended your voice and had a beautiful reading. So, so grateful to you. Monica, please leave you have your class. All we've left is meditation. It's fine. So you can have more than three people. Three is the minimum prior. It takes time. So the Rhonda Bond says three. All right. So let's come comfortably settle down. Let's straighten our backs. Our feet firmly placed on the ground or cross-legged. Our eyes closed. Let's breathe in. Let's breathe in deep. Hold for 5 counts and release. Today, let's breathe for 7 counts. Hold for 7, release for 14. Let's increase our count. Let's try. Hold for 7, release for 14 very slowly. Take another deep breath in. Let's count to 7. Hold for 7. Release for 14. Life is magical. Life is a celebration. Life is a blessing. We are blessed with our deep breaths. The more deeply we breathe and the more easily we release, we are in alignment with the life, with our life and the life around us. Let's breathe deep. Let's breathe correct. Let's inhale this beautiful vitamin O. Let's energize ourselves in our body with the right breath. Let's be conscious of our breathing. Let's be grateful for the food we eat with our three deep breaths. Let's end our meals with three deep breaths. Let's start our day with them and end our day with them. Let's start our day with the lotus of gratitude or counting our blessings. Let's end our day with a magic rock or with lotus of gratitude. All we have to do is think and count our blessings at the beginning and at the end. Let's say thank you 100 times when possible throughout the day. Let's grow as people. Let's unclutter our minds, unclutter our lives. Let's release. We may have wronged somebody in the past, unintentionally or intentionally, consciously or unconsciously. But today, let's forgive ourselves. Ask for forgiveness. It could be universal forgiveness, infinite forgiveness. Just ask the universe and bless the person you've been bad towards. Let go. Lighten yourself up. They will find a psychic level of healing. You will be healed too. Today, let's follow Shakti Gaved's practices diligently and seriously. Let's realize ourselves, who we are, reflect within. Let's learn to grow because we are meant to express ourselves, because we are meant to rise over our limitations. Let go of the limiting beliefs, address them by accepting them, and moving on by our new positive affirmations. Life is truly magical. The more we the more time we give ourselves, the more we grow as people. Let's grow as beautiful souls. Let's have a growth, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. After all, we are transforming our lives holistically. Let's reflect deep within and remember we are here for a purpose to grow stronger, mightier, and to become more grounded and more humble. And so it is. Let's bend our heads towards Mother Earth and thank her for her magnanimity. Thank you, Mother Earth, for taking my sorrows, taking my limitations in you, for making them flow like the river water. And thank you for rewarding me with such beautiful earthy qualities. Truly, I'm getting more grounded, more rooted every single day as my roots are growing more in you every day. Thank you for making me more humble, more lovable, more peace loving, more compassionate, more kind, more gentle, and more warm. I truly thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's look up and thank our life for the past, present, and future. We are so grateful for our journey, our life lessons, experiences, and we're looking forward to recreating our life with nothing but only positivity because we know we are the creators of our lives. We are the universal beings bestowed with infinite intelligence, infinite oneness, and infinite power of belief. We are also bestowed with infinite wisdom, and all we have to do is tap in it. Let's look at the universe above, look at heavens above, open your hands, and let's tell our universe, thank you for having our back. Thank you, Cosmos, Divinity, Angels, and Guardians, for guiding us, being with us in our life journey. Let's bring our hands at the heart level, energize them by rubbing them, and let's energize each part of our body by merely holding it. Starting from your brain, scalp, hair, face, with all your organs, your ears, your neck, esophagus, Shoulders, arms, upper to lower to hands, back, upper, middle, lower, spinal cord, hips, lungs. Feel the heartbeat, liver, stomach, intestines, sexual organs, excretory organs, thighs, upper and lower, knees, calves, front and back, ankles, feet, fingers, toe finger, and nails. Let's bring our heart to the heart level. Thank the trillions of cells, muscles, tissues, fibers, and skin. Thank you, dear body, for this beautiful magical health, for the gift of health. And let's invite a lot of love from our heart into the in between our arms, our hands, our palms, and let's bless each one of our co-seekers with a lot of love and blessings. Let there be light, and so it is. Love and blessings, Kiran, Radhika, Neha, Preeti, Nitika, Rajniji, Shelly, Ayushi, Shailesh, Shilpa, Kuldeepji, Mudita, Archana, Reema, Meenakshi, Pramilaji, Shalu, Sneha, Kavita, Anjuji, Poonam, Sudha, Sangeeta ji, Archana, Richa, Reena, Neelam, Sushma ji, Alifya, Nisha, Kitika, Sapna, Sunita ji, Harpreet, Payal, Priyal, Kavita, Mehak, Ravi ji, Shraddha, Kainat, Pratima ji, Kitika, Monish, Ritesh sir, Kashni, Shweta ma'am, Monica, Niyati Jain. Your camera is always off. So thank you for being here. Thank you for a lot of love, for a lot of blessings, for your respect and for your cherished love. Truly, we all are a Sangh. Let's all keep giving blessings to our Sangha Mitras for their wishes to come true. Because the more we give, the more we get. With love, light, and abundance, I sign up for the day and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Lots of love. Anybody has any questions you wish to seek out, please write an email. I'm on my way. After half an hour, you can call me, but I'll have finished my assignments by then. So I'll take your leave. Lots of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.